Hey everybody, happy Monday. We are live with my good partner here, Douglas Yates.
Right here.
What's happening, bud?
Not much, man. I heard you had an incredible weekend hitting the golf ball around the links.
Yeah. I'm kind of been away from, we haven't been doing our show as much. I've been focused on, this is the end of the year where I got a bunch of big events, and we had the Torrey Pines Men's Club Championship qualifying on Saturday, and it was a shotgun start, and there was like 50 guys in my flight and qualifying for 16 spots.
Oh, wow.
And if you did that, and I played pretty good, and I actually was seeded number 4 after the ties and everything. So
wow.
So I made the top 16, and then yesterday I went out and it was a match play. Okay, I had a tee time yesterday morning, and I get out, and for some reason I thought I was playing in the senior club championship. And then
right.
I'm like, wait a minute, these guys are like
these are not seniors.
I got kids older than this,
Yeah, they're seniors in college.
Yeah, I got kids older than this, and. So it was interesting because this guy that I was playing was just he kept hitting the ball 40, 50 yards behind me all the time. And
wow,
I don't hit the ball short, but it was like I got up, just played the game I came with and really focused really well. And I shot 1 under. I finished, I was up every hole. Every time he got it back to even, I won the next hole.
Oh, nice.
And he got
demoralizing to him.
Yeah, it was 2 up after like 10, and then by 12 he got us even. And then I birdied 13, 14, and 15.
Oh, wow.
Or 14, 15, 16, I think, to close them out. So it was it was great. I shot 1 under for the day.
Wow, that's awesome.
I haven't shot under for, in a tournament situation for quite a long time. So I was
playing with your buddies or by yourself is completely different than playing when the pressure's on.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, when everything counts, and it's different when you're playing with really good guys. It's like, okay, they're not making mistakes, and it's like you just gotta figure out how to get it around there. And but I really enjoyed it, and I got today starting this afternoon. We've got the national championship starting out there. It's out of La Costa Resort and Spa.
Fun.
It's for 4 days, 72 holes. Yeah, I got
a lot of golf.
156 guys in my division that I'm playing with for the national championship. So
wow, that's a lot of golf.
Yeah, it's that's a lot of golf. And then since I won yesterday's match, now I moved to the round to 8, and that's next Saturday at Torrey Pines.
Oh, geez.
So next Saturday at Torrey Pines. If I win that, then I could possibly have 2 matches on Sunday.
Crazy.
Like 36 holes on Sunday.
Oh man, that's going to be fun.
I would be whipped. Yeah, but I think the adrenaline would get me going though.
Do you walk it or you cart it?
No, I'm carting it.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I got some knee issues, and I get some feet issues, and I'm down. Yeah, I'm out there. I'm playing these 35-year-old guys. I'm like 61.
Right.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Completely understandable.
So yeah, no, it's just a cart for me, but just got to stay hydrated, I guess, when you're out there.
Stay hydrated. That's important, and keeping that mindset, that winning mindset. It happens in golf and business, and it's an important. And and I think you said a little bit earlier too is just taking what you got and playing that game.
Yeah.
You just in business you do the same thing. You take what you got and you play to your strengths, and then you fill in your weaknesses. We were talking about that too.
Right. Yeah. You got to find something that's working now, and you got to work with that. And there's a time and a place to be working on your game or working on your business or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But it's not when you're out on the golf course competing, So, I've really been getting a lot better lately. One of the things that's made me a lot better is I go to the range, and I'm not worried about perfection. I'm just, when I hit these kind of clubs, what's happening? And I just happen to be pulling the ball about 10 yards left, and it's like, okay, well, I'll just aim, 15 yards right. And I just, this guy just thought I was throwing darts all day yesterday. It was like I was just aiming way over here, and it was going straight because I was pulling it,
Right.
But, he was like, man, he goes, I can't believe it because you're just like unfazed. And I'm aiming over here at the way fat part of the green, right?
Right.
If I hit it straight, I'm still in good spot. If I even miss it to the right, I'm still over here. But if I hit it over here where I've been hitting it, now I'm like in really good shape. And I'm like, okay, so it's
So you take the resources you got, and
Yeah.
you figure out how to hit it straight, and you hit it straight.
That's it.
I mean, you can use that in life and in business and in everything.
Yeah, and again, then you go to when you go to the range and you're not between rounds of a tournament or something. Then you got time to go and work on trying to maybe do something different or maybe hit it at the target that you're doing it. But
yeah,
at the end of the day, does it matter if you as long as you're hitting your target? It doesn't really matter how you do it. Okay, you just got to figure out. It's like I don't have to be aiming right there, and it's like what if I what if I'm aiming here but it goes here all the time? Well, then just move over your aim a little bit, and it's like and it just keep doing the same thing, and it's going to go where you want it to go.
Yeah.
It's
it kind of translate that into the Bitcoin world and stuff is don't force it is probably a good way to apply it over there. Just like Bitcoin's down right now. And you're like, well, why is it down? It should really be, the news is good. Excuse me. There's a China, one of their largest real estate companies, the same company that owned that that boat that got stuck in the Suez Canal,
right?
Evergreen or whatever it's called.
Uh-huh.
Well, that company, that holding company, is imploding right now over there. And they're a large real estate holder, and they're a large part of the supply chain in China. And that's kind of affected everything, including Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. But what's happening is Michael Saylor's buying more. El Salvador just bought another 150 Bitcoins. And they're taking every extra cash they got and buying Bitcoins, which is, these are great signs. And so it's don't get skittish. Just kind of take the information in as information.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot like golf when you're hearing that. It makes me think that it's like I'm playing in this event. It's a 72-hole event that's coming up. Okay. Yeah. I played really, really good yesterday, but you're not going to do that every single hole. Okay. Right. It's like you're going to have different swings. You're going to have different shifts and flows and momentum. I'm going to have some stretches that I go into that are, I'm going to have to dig myself back out of, right. and come back out of. And, there's ups and downs in everything. I mean, there's ups and downs in daily life. There's ups and downs in business. I mean, you play golf. I mean, that's, you have to manage that kind of stuff around. And it's the same kind of thing with Bitcoin. I mean, you can't really worry about it. You have to, 200 million people own it now. In 2.5 years, they say 1 billion people are going to own it. There's not going to be any more of it. Right. So if you got 5 times as many people splitting up the same amount of stuff, what does that mean? Yep. I'm not real good at math, but I bet it's worth a little bit more than it is today.
Yeah, so, this is true.
And again, I think, you and I both talked a bunch of times. This is not about buying something and holding it for till tomorrow. I mean, look, you shouldn't be buying Bitcoin like that. You're not day trading Bitcoin. If your parents and you've got kids that are going to be going to school, put the money in Bitcoin. Okay. Let it sit there for a few years, and watch what happens. Okay. These swings that go up and down like this, it's, what are you worried about? You weren't planning on selling it today, were you? I mean, you shouldn't be thinking about that. You should it's like the news on TV. It's like, I don't really get up and just look at it so much all the time. And I don't like to watch the news because it's all just bad stuff. Right.
Yeah. I don't watch the news either.
And that this is going to always be up and down, kind of like a yo-yo. It's like with Bitcoin, I don't worry about it. It's like, I know it's going to be worth way more later than it is today, but I'm not going to sell it today. And if you have that kind of mindset, don't let the swings affect you,
Yeah, absolutely. And, it's a great storage of wealth. And I'll give a couple of tips of just stuff that I'm kind of seeing. We're used to, like in the stock world, to keep our stocks, at the brokers, right? Physically, when you buy a stock, you get that certificate. The broker holds it for you, and you have a power of attorney where they're able to buy and sell that for you. But they right. kind of control that, even though it's yours. There's a trust relationship there, that they're gonna not mess with the actual certificates, and they're gonna actually do what you say. And it works. It's been working pretty good, and it's got a long history. In the crypto world, they're doing the same kind of things with exchanges. Where you could when you store your cryptocurrency up in the exchange, it's in their wallet. It's not in your wallet.
Right.
It's their wallet, and they have a ledger that says let's say I have 10 Bitcoin with Gemini. This is Doug has 10 with Bitcoin, 10 Bitcoin with Gemini in an example in their ledger, but it's in their wallet with the thousands other Bitcoins that they have.
Right.
So and so if they have any glitches, or Coinbase have glitches, or Binance, or anything weird happens, you're kind of subject to them, and they don't have to. They can take their time, give it back to you, and all that kind of stuff. My point is, the beauty of the blockchain.
You don't want to be fighting companies that are offshore and have way more money than you do.
Exactly.
Okay?
So the beauty of blockchain is you can control your own destiny by having your own wallet on your phone or on a laptop, and then keeping it there. And then when you want to do something with it, you bring it out and you do something with it. But if most of us are just buying and holding, so put it in a wallet that nobody else could touch except for you, and you're as safe as you're gonna be in this blockchain world. It's just some advice. There's going to be some hiccups coming, in the economy, and things are, we're kind of transitioning from like a fiat system into into a blockchain. Maybe, I don't know. But it looks that way. There's other, El Salvador, they're basing the whole monetary stuff on the blockchain and Bitcoin, and other countries. And will the big countries do that? Like the United States and Germany and China. And, I don't know that, that's kind of where it's heading. So if they were smart, they'd do it.
Yeah. I think that you've got, you're going to always have that fight with like the decentralization, right? Because the places that are holding your stocks, I mean, they're not doing it for nothing. Okay, they're doing it. They obviously get paid, to be in the middle of this transaction somewhere, right?
Right.
So they're not going to go quietly into the night. Okay, they don't want to be replaced. They don't want to all of a sudden become dinosaurs and be extinct.
And again, bankers are the same way.
Bankers are the same way. I mean, and that's why you got to see every one of these is going to, just think about it. Every one of them is fighting to hold on, to the fact that the blockchain eliminates the need for you. Okay.
Yeah.
You ought to, hopefully see that it's coming and maybe figure out something that you can do that will, enhance everything involving the blockchain, because you can't avoid it. You just can't avoid it. These things are going to happen. And it's just like, depends on, you're going to get to fight, because you got the government, the banks, all these, kind of tied together in a lot of instances with a lot of things. Right. And they don't want to see these things all go away. But it is, those borders are breaking down. And, that's why I think the government's ultimately going to want to have their own, economy, digital coin and things like that, because it's the only way they're really going to be able to watch as much stuff as they can. And, they need to do it before it gets too far out of control, because it's going to be a lot harder to rein it back in, if they don't. Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And one more thing, if you have a spare laptop, even if it's an old one, you download a wallet there and keep it there. It's, if you can, if it's possible. Like, I have a completely separate laptop that I only use for crypto, and I don't go shopping with it. I don't go surfing the internet on that at all, because that's where you can download a virus and blah blah blah. So to be ultra safe, those are the two things you can do. I was just thinking about it over the weekend and wanted to tell, part of our educational process here of how to best protect yourself. Yeah. And those are a couple of tips. And then, go when you look at when you go look at the price of Bitcoin, go look at the outstanding tokens right now. And it's, we brought it up last meeting, or last time we had a podcast. It's at 19 million,
right?
And there's only going to be 21 million. I mean, we're 2 million away from. Yeah, there's no more Bitcoin being produced.
Not like we're 50% away or anything. I mean, we're getting pretty close to the end of. Percentage wise.
Yeah.
Percentage wise, we're getting almost there. And that numbers are going to go up. Like I said, this is like, the internet was at the very, very beginning, with Bitcoin, and it took, what they say, it took like 13 years, I think, for the internet to get to 1 billion people.
Right.
And they're saying it's, in like the next 4.5 years, it's going to, the next 2.5 years of the blockchain, there's going to be 1 billion people using Bitcoin.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's and they're still only going to be 21 million. That's the thing that people got to understand. That's when you talk about a store of value. I was talking to a couple of guys on the golf course about it. They're like, well, there's really not going to be any real use for Bitcoin as a this or this or this. And it's like it's just a store of value, guys. At the end of the day, that's it's a good place. Remember, if you had $10 million and you wanted to put it somewhere, and you needed to be safe, and it was going to be there in 20, 30, 40 years. Where are you going to go put it? If you go put it in real estate, you put it in any other different things, you put it in stocks, companies that could disappear. You got a million different things that could possibly happen, and everything else has leaks in it. And Bitcoin, there's no leaks. You put it over in Bitcoin, you take the wallet, you take it offline, you've got the wallet, and anything happens to you, somebody else knows how to get to that wallet and what to do with it.
Yeah.
Right? And
absolutely. And then if you wouldn't have bought a new car 20 years ago, we're talking, what was it, like a Cadillac was probably around what, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 20 years ago.
Oh yeah, I mean,
and now they're pushing. Now they're pushing
car business. They were like, 15.
15,000. So you go get a Cadillac now, we're pushing 70,000, right?
Yeah.
So how'd you like to have a purchasing power that basically can buy a Cadillac 20 years ago, could buy a Cadillac today? If you bought Bitcoin 20 years ago, it didn't exist. This is hypothetical,
right?
And then kept it. You put $15,000 in Bitcoin 20 years ago, it could buy a Cadillac now, and you could probably buy 2 Cadillacs. So, like, I just was trying to illustrate the point you said of it's a great storage of value, and it keeps your purchasing power up with the price inflation that's happening, and that happens all the time.
Well, yeah, one of the things I used to see in the car business that always kind of made me shake my head was when people would come in and pay cash for a car.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, wait a minute. You're putting in for a new car, especially. It's okay. You're paying, you're putting cash down for something that you absolutely know without a doubt is going to go down, 40% in value in the next 2 years.
Yeah.
And it's like, that doesn't make, that doesn't make any sense. But it's like with Bitcoin, okay, I mean, you've got something, and you've got something that's going to go up in value, okay, and you can borrow against Bitcoin,
yep,
to buy your car,
yeah,
okay. You still have the car, and you still have the asset that's helping you buy the car. Where when you take your dollars, that was with the asset then, and you go throw that at the dealership and pay for your car, those dollars are gone. You're never going to be able to pull that back out of that car.
Yep.
Okay. I mean, literally, yeah, it's a store of value that if you use it the right way, there's a lot of things that can happen when you got something that's going to continue to go up in value, and they'll let you borrow against it, and it's like going up in value. It's not a bad deal.
No.
I haven't ever seen anything like it in my lifetime.
Yeah, me neither.
We're not into short-term loans. You don't need this. Isn't I want to go do it. I need a loan by Friday.
Right.
You got to think about it, but. That would be a good time to buy. I'll tell you what, it's down. What was it? 40.
Yeah, hit 40. Hit 43. It's around 40. It's around 44 right now, I think.
Yeah, it'd be a good time to buy.
Yeah, agreed. And it's if you have the HODL, which is a whole long-term mindset, these little price fluctuations are either buying opportunities for you, or they don't even matter because you're not selling, and you're going up every year anyway because it's programmed to do that.
Right, and that's the thing is as long as you keep your leverage on it small and you're borrowing small amounts against what you've got, you're not going to get hurt in these little dips.
Yeah,
you're not going to get hurt in the dips. And then when it goes up, you can pay things off and boom, boom, boom. Keep doing it again.
Yeah. Now, if you guys just new watching this streaming, I strongly encourage you to go watch our last one before this. It was let me see, September 17th, right?
Yeah, it was last Friday.
Yeah, 17th, last Friday, yeah. September 17th, 2021. We basically just kind of, Steve and I sat down and we just brain dumped on everything how this use case, this wheels token, Kinscoin that we're working on has developed to this point. And it tells the whole story and where we're at. I encourage you to go watch that. It's a great, it's very educational. as far as how you could implement something in the blockchain world fairly easy. And we're documenting the steps as we go because we want to help others do it, and it kind of gets you up to speed on that. It's not it's not that long. It's not that take a few minutes out of your day to watch it, but I highly encourage you to go watch that because it'll get you up to speed on our special what we call we created it as an educational use case, and it turned into a full-blown opportunity, and it's something that can actually change the world in the philanthropy world. So we're real excited about it. So go check that out if you haven't already.
Definitely. And I will be back not tomorrow because tomorrow I play early, and I'm not sure what time I play the next day because we have to find out where we stand and whatever else. So I'm not sure if I'll be back between now and Friday. I definitely will be here. But if I can and I'm available in the mornings, I will be. And
Great.
we will see you guys then. Otherwise, I'll be back and report to you where we're at and what's going on. So
yeah,
I got to run.
Champion, hopefully.
Yeah, that's it, man. We're gonna do our best. It's a one shot at a time. That's all you got to do. One shot at a time, man. So, all right, guys. Thanks a lot, and we will be talking to you as soon as we can. If not before then, we'll